Operation Winter 2021 is almost here in War Thunder, and the top prize is a German MiG-23 MF. Let's check out the event and start planning. Okay, so first up, I'm only going to be going over the air battle stuff in this video. I don't personally have enough time to try and grind out more than one chain, like aircraft, tanks, or boats, during these events. So I focus on air, and that's what we're going to be doing here. The basic idea with the event, and they run one of these gold star things like once or twice per year, is that you've got a couple of weeks to get gold stars, and 2 days per star. You have to hit 3 out of 5 specific objectives within those 2 days in order to get the star, and depending on how many you have at the end of the event, you can get some pretty cool prizes. The top prize this year is the MiG-23 MF for the German air tree, which a lot of players have been waiting a long time for. The good news is that this is an event prize, and if you want, you can grind directly into a top-tier jet even if you only have mid-tier props. The bad news is, if you want it, you gotta grind through the stars, or wait for someone to put it on the marketplace and pay a ridiculous amount of Gaijin coins. Okay, so let's check out the details. The objectives are to shoot down a fixed number of planes, win 9 battles, drop 12 tons of bombs, destroy a fixed amount of enemies in one match, or get 12 assists. You've got 2 days to get 3 out of 5 of those done. I'm going to show you what I do with jets, and then with props, to grind out the stars. I normally go first for destroying enemies, the 12 tons of bombs, and the assists. I don't bother with trying to win 9 battles, frankly because it relies too much on other players, and the way that War Thunder calculates activity time isn't great in my opinion, and I usually don't hit 70%. Sometimes I can get the objective for destroying a number of enemies in one match, but I usually don't count on it. First things first, I do all my jet combat for these objectives in realistic battles. It's beyond the scope of this video, but Air Arcade is still a toxic waste dump above 9.0, so I stick to RB. What I generally do is start off with the 12 tons of TNT. If you have a jet with a good bomb load and an air spawn, this one is usually really easy, and you can probably grind it out in just a couple of missions. As a bonus, you can sometimes get a head start on your air-to-air kills at the same time. For example, in the mission you're watching now, I dropped a few tons of TNT, and I also got 4 kills in one match. So this would not only get me progress towards the 12 tons, but it would also get me the objective for destroying 4 enemies in one battle. Bonus! After you have your 12 tons, start grinding air targets. The objective is just to shoot down 20 planes, and really that's just a matter of grinding out some dogfights. Just jump into your best fighter and hit the queue. Now, the most difficult one in jets, in my opinion anyway, is the 12 assists. If I'm being totally honest, I have a really hard time getting assists in jet battles. I usually either shoot them down or I don't. So for these events, I usually just try to do the bombs, the 20 kills, and then hope I get the 4 kills in one mission. That usually isn't too hard, and I can generally get 4 kills at least once while grinding out the 20. Now for props. Things are entirely different here. When grinding the star events and doing prop stuff, I fly arcade battles. The main reason is that it's just faster paced, and I can get more objectives per hour completed. Realistic battles are more efficient for grinding Silver Lions and research, but I find that arcade battles are more efficient for these, 3 out of 5 star tasks. I generally alternate. I'll do 1 star with jets, and then for the next 2 days, I'll do the next star with props, and go back and forth. This helps break the monotony of the grind, and gives a little variety to my gameplay. For the 12 tons of TNT, I generally find a bomber with a good rate of climb, and just do the usual prop bomber thing. If you can avoid interception, sometimes you can grind out the entire 12 tons in only 1 or 2 matches. Plus, sometimes your gunners will take out a fighter or 2, which gives you a head start on the kills or assists, which is why I do the bombing first. Once you have your 12 tons done, Get yourself as wide a lineup of planes with decent guns around the same BR as you can, and hit the queue. The 40 kills isn't too bad to grind in arcade, and the good news is you can probably get the 12 assists while you're grinding the 40 kills, so it ends up being a fairly efficient use of time. Anyway, this is what works for me, and hopefully gives you some ideas as you're planning for this event. In my opinion, the Gold Star events are a much easier grind than the construction ones, and feel free to drop a comment if you have some other suggestions on strategies that are working for you, and maybe you want to share and make the grind a little easier for someone else. But before we wrap up, I want to take a quick second and give another plug for my viewer survey. I'm leaving it up until the end of the month. Please take a moment and go give a response. The link is in the description. I'm trying to get a sense of what additional types of content you might want to see here on the channel beyond just my War Thunder stuff. As always, thanks for watching.